been a hot minute since I filmed. Actually, I lied. I have filmed, but I haven't posted in real time because schedule's a little crazy, but I need to get back into it. And since I haven't posted in a number of weeks, some people reached out to me and asked me, have you left YouTube? And I was like, no. But I don't blame them, because there have been a number of videos surfacing of luxury YouTubers leaving the space, leaving luxury social media for various different reasons. And so definitely it's a valid question. So short answer is no, I have no intent to leave. I just started. But I definitely do need to resume my normal filming and posting schedule. Just once you kind of fall off, it's kind of hard to get back on, and then you get content. Like, I do film, but then I just get really behind with editing and posting, and then by that time the content is like old and irrelevant, but then I'll still post it. So but anyway, so short answer is no, I'm not planning on leaving, but I have seen that there are discussions about luxury YouTube ending and people are leaving the space, and you know, they have valid reasons. But I mean, the first video I saw was Jerusha Couture. Jerusha is one of the, I guess OG luxury YouTubers. Like, she was really big on LV and really giving a lot of information on the maintenance of the canvas and how to clean the leather and everything that's on it. So that's how I first discovered her, by just trying to understand how to maintain the Vachette leather and what she does. And that's how I discovered her channel. And then, you know, she branched into Chanel and Hermes, and, you know, and does more vlogs. You know, once she had children, she was kind of taking us with her shopping and all that. And she has quite a following. And she was talking about how she was watching Jeffree Star's video. Now, I've never watched Jeffree Star. Like, I know of him. I don't know if I'm using the right pronouns for him. I apologize in advance, I'm not aware, but I don't really follow Jeffree Star, but I do know he's really big in like makeup, and definitely has like an extensive Hermes collection, where it's like, it's insane what he's got, and he definitely has earned a lot of money via YouTube and collaborations and sponsorships, and somebody else as well who she mentioned, who have left the space. And you know, and I'm just paraphrasing what she said, what she paraphrased from their videos. I haven't watched their videos, but and the discussion has been that, you know, there has been a lot more value and attention put on short form content ever since 2020, and we know this, right? It's very easy to gain a huge following on TikTok, even Instagram Reels, and now YouTube did start to recently incorporate shorts and then also start monetizing them. However, in order for you to be successful on TikTok, like, you need a pretty substantial following. You know, 100K is not going to cut it, right? So, and then it also depends on where you live, right? I don't think in Canada you can monetize on TikTok. So, but a lot of people branched out to different, you know, platforms, especially existing YouTubers who, such as Tamara Kalinich, who you know, was on YouTube but then also has Instagram, of course. Her following on Instagram is very large, and then YouTube is her way of connecting with people. I think that's really smart, even though her following on YouTube is not nearly matched to her Instagram following. And then TikTok, but then also she really quickly transferred that content also to Instagram as well. And you know, to do that, you do need a production team that will help you with this. It's really hard to do this yourself. So you know, that's her business, right? So she is basically like a digital magazine, and so she invests in a lot of staff to help her do this, and so that's very smart of her. And a lot of other larger YouTubers were doing this, where they would spread their content onto different platforms. And these people have realized that they're getting far more collaborations and more advertising money for their short form content versus YouTube, because advertisers and businesses who would pay for their collaborations, which is a large source of their income, because obviously views on YouTube don't earn you a lot unless you've got like, I don't know, like 100,000 views on a video, which I do not nearly have. I will probably have less than 5,000 views per video, maybe 10,000. Some videos of mine have been very successful, largely review videos. So certain review videos for the Chanel Classic Flap, and comparing like some of my earlier ones really took off in terms of views. So those are my successful videos, but I don't have a lot of those. And so if you're, you know, posting a YouTube video and you have like 100,000 views or even 50,000 views, like you're earning quite a substantial amount for advertising. But again, it's not enough to sustain this as a career. You would need collaborations. And of course, the higher number of views you have, the more you can command in terms of fees for collaborations. You can then charge $5,000 for a collaboration, whereas smaller YouTubers are not paid. Maybe they're paid like $300-400 at max, and then given like free merchandise, which is still not bad, but I mean, it's obviously not a career in itself if you're at that level. But so these larger YouTubers realized they weren't getting the money to do YouTube videos, and YouTube videos takes a lot more effort. It's a lot more time. It's longer form content, and there's more editing involved. And if you don't have the views, it's like, okay, well, why are you doing this, right? So I think, you know, people are making, people are giving these reasons that, oh, luxury is over and it's not relevant, and, you know, the quality's not there and all that, which are all valid reasons. But I think the main source of why these larger YouTubers are leaving, and smaller YouTubers are kind of watching these videos and thinking, oh, like, yeah, luxury is over, maybe I should leave too, it's because it's not profitable for them anymore. If YouTube was profitable for them to the same extent it was 10 years ago, or now 15 years ago, really, because yeah, YouTube really took off with like makeup tutorials and luxury, I think like 2010. And if it was still largely profitable for them, they'd stay. Trust me, they would. It's not about the recession. It's not about luxury quality declining. It's money. And now here's my take on short form content. I've never put content publicly on TikTok. And though it is enjoyable to scroll through, I do enjoy TikTok. I mean, especially during lockdowns and all that, it was kind of a way for us to cope and connect with other people in our area. It was definitely fun, right? Like watching, like, you know, these dances and people, it's kind of like, it matches this kind of same sense of humor that I would have with my family, where we make like sound effects and noises and stuff and like describe situations with those. And so it really resonated with a lot of people. It has you hooked. It's highly addictive. Short form gratification, highly addictive. You get a dopamine hit all the time, and eventually you're sitting there scrolling over and over again. It's not the healthiest form of content consumption, and a lot of people's patience have become very it's definitely reduced a lot of people's patience, for sure. So an attention span, and especially for younger people, like sometimes I'll get like comments from, you can tell that like they're people who are just like doing like a quick Google search, and they're younger people. And if my video in particular for a review is particularly long and has a lot of context, they're like, get to the point, you know, please organize your videos better, you talk too much. And it's like, okay, but you're not the audience that I'm catering to, when everybody else likes the explanation, likes me showing things, likes me incorporating examples. So I don't want to cater to that type of audience. And very quickly I realized, like at the beginning when I'd go through comment sections of these TikTok videos, people are ruthless, really rude, almost like insulting, racist, sexist. They're like homophobic and and really awful. And I don't want to attract that sort of attention. I don't need it. It doesn't benefit me in any way, so I choose not to. Although sometimes it is fun because you can use like fun songs and sound effects, and sometimes I wish I could use that on YouTube, but you can't because of copyright issues. I don't know how TikTok gets away with it, but with YouTube, like you can't. You can maybe use like I think 15 seconds or something like that. It's something very short, so you can't even use it. So I never really went into the short form content. Plus I don't have a staff to help me make those beautiful, you know, TikTok transitions and edits and all that. Like I don't have time to do that. I can barely edit my own videos for YouTube. And, you know, it really exploded when you had these larger content creators who did have staff that did all their digital video, like all their video content and everything. Like it was easy for them. And then there was a standard that was established where more of the organic TikTokers couldn't compare to that level of content and editing. So I've never went for TikTok, let's just say. YouTube has over the years been really good at filtering out troll comments. Like you still will get some, but like people can't just say whatever they want on there. Like it just will not get posted. It won't get through to you, so you won't even know about it. So I'm really happy with the audience that I have with YouTube. My viewership is largely women. I do have some men as well. Women and in their 30s, like late 20s, 30s, early 40s, and then I have a subset who are in their 50s and 60s. And so you've got more of a mature audience and an audience who has the means to purchase luxury. So that is my niche audience. Another reason why I think people are leaving, so this is stepping away from the larger luxury YouTubers. I think it's all money. It's all a numbers game. They will still purchase luxury, show luxury, but in short form content because that's where they're getting their pay from. And YouTube's not profitable for them anymore. But then you have smaller YouTubers or mid-sized YouTubers who are looking at these larger YouTubers thinking, oh my gosh, luxury YouTube's not cool anymore. I should leave too. And you should really think about this before you do it. You may have your own reasons and that's totally fine, but think about why those people are leaving. And perhaps now is an opportunity to really grow, because long form content is still something that people miss and desire. These short clips on TikTok and Instagram can only go so far. And yes, it's really great to get views and to attract followers, but then it's very limited in how much you can engage and connect with people. And people really looked to YouTube, especially during the lockdowns as well, but even prior to that, to connect with somebody. And no matter what content you present, I mean, of course, there's like a niche content that you present on your channel that attracts like-minded people. But the reason why they watch you is because they connect to you and they like you as a person and they want to hear what you have to say. So those people will still stay. They're not the people who will want you to leave YouTube because they connect with you. This is content that they'd watch, and I don't even watch TV as much anymore. And it's we were talking about this. Who was talking about this? Hold on, I'm losing my words here. Oh, Caitlyn Pavlov. So she's been on YouTube for a really long time. She was on YouTube and she was consuming luxury in her 20s, and prior to this whole exodus of YouTubers leaving, she was already transitioning her channel and really critiquing her own life and relationship with luxury, and she found that it was not what she wanted. She had a health scare as well, so she had this whole realization and maturation as well that, you know, it's not healthy for her to be consuming luxury all the time and being so focused on luxury, that there's more to life. And I think that's really great for her, and she's changed the direction of her channel. She hasn't left YouTube, but she's changed the direction, and I saw it coming for a while. It was a very healthy, slow transition, and I think it's great. And I think the people who still connect with her and have grown with her will still watch her content no matter what she posts. Yes, it may not attract the same audience like it did before in terms of new followers, but maybe she'll attract followers who are interested in the other stuff that she has to say. I've seen other YouTubers over the years who have diversified their content. So once they had children, they started to incorporate more family content and more tips on motherhood and their journey with that. And it has retained some people, but then some people were kind of put off by the content, you know, because they don't relate, they don't have children, they don't want to see that. But then they also post luxury content as well. So I think it's okay if you've diversified your content. I mean, if you are really hooked to just handbags, then you are pretty limited in terms of how many videos you'll post. The longevity of your channel will only be so long because there's only so many handbags you can talk about. There are only so many handbags you can buy. And I addressed this you know, consumption of luxury when I talked about luxury YouTubers selling handbags, and, you know, why is it controversial now? And it's because before, somebody, you know, early luxury YouTube, somebody would buy a luxury handbag and then unbox it, and then it would get so many views. And unboxings still get a lot of views, even though I find them a little bit annoying and kind of cringe to film. I mean, I do post unboxings, but it gets a lot of views. There are things that I've purchased that I haven't even had the time to really sit down and unbox and share with you, because I just felt like, oh my gosh, I don't want to post another unboxing. I don't want to post another unboxing. It's gonna get corny, and I would kind of judge myself for posting too many, and then I would hold off and not unbox things and show you. But I think I should still show, because people still want to see that stuff. But sorry, that was a tangent. The unboxings people would do, and then they would get their views and all that, and then they'll do a review, and then, you know, they'll sell that item on, leveraging their trust with their viewers, or maybe selling through consignment or on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And then they'll use that money and put it towards another luxury purchase. So they're reinvesting into their channel by purchasing something and then selling it on. And then people were doing this, and then eventually viewers kind of caught on and were like, well, what the hell, right? Like, why this person's like raving about this luxury product and then goes on to sell it. So we're not buying it anymore. So that's when luxury YouTubers were starting to get criticized for selling their items. But it's okay to sell your items, given that you as long as you're not buying and selling all the time. And if you do that, that's okay. Like, that's totally fine. Like, people still judge you for that, but I mean, you do you. But I think in general, for your average person who does purchase luxury, there's only so much luxury you can purchase. Some people cycle through their items quicker. They get sick of things quicker, and they think it's far more sustainable to sell it on and use the money to purchase something else that brings them joy, because we only have so much space to store these items, and you only have so much like a mental capacity to keep up with what you have. Like, there are times too when I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't even remember what I have. And you kind of just like use your go-tos, and there's stuff that's in the back of your closet that you never even wore, even though you still love it, but you just can't keep track of it because there are only so many events that you can wear this stuff to. And so you just don't, I don't know how people like Jamie Chua, who have like a huge room full of Birkins, keep track of how to style and wear each one. I really don't know. I don't have a desire to have a massive collection like that. It's not something I aspire to, even though I do have a large collection, but nothing to that extent. So, but you know, eventually there's only so much left to buy when you buy everything, and then life becomes tasteless. So some people, they like to cycle through their items and kind of refine their collection over time. I think buying luxury is kind of a learning experience, because once you get to use something, you start to understand, is this really for me? Do I really enjoy this? Do I not wear it? Okay, sell it on. And then that experience influences your decision on what to buy in luxury next. So if your channel is just about buying handbags, then there's only so much you can film. And especially if you're locked to one specific brand. I know my channel is biased a lot towards Chanel, because at this point in time, that's kind of most of what I was buying. And I think every channel evolves based on what your interests are at the time. So some people will diversify into different brands. And even though I do buy different brands, I just, again, like, there are some unboxings that I never posted or never filmed. I didn't film Prada. I didn't really film certain brands, and I just never got around to it. So like, a lot of the stuff that I did post was Chanel. And so speaking of Chanel, people have been pretty turned off by the price increase. I did that video prior to this one, and there have been speculations, no, there have been observations on declining quality. And for that reason, a lot of people have criticized other brands as well for also having declining quality and raising their prices, especially in a time like this, when, you know, people are a little bit more careful with their money, and, you know, don't really believe in the brands anymore, and don't want to endorse the brands anymore. And I think that's totally okay, right? Because there are, you have to be honest, right, about certain things, especially when you're spending like your hard-earned money. Some people really personify themselves and associate and align themselves with a certain brand and identify with a brand. And then when something goes wrong and you talk about it, they get personally, like, they get offended. And I don't think it's something to take personally. We should look at these luxury houses objectively as well and critique them, because we all know what happened with certain designers, with scandals that have happened, and, you know, we do need to hold these houses accountable, right? So I think everybody should be honest when they're filming what their thoughts on certain brands. That's why people watch you. So I'm not on here saying, well, I'm not going to buy any more luxury. I probably will. But like I said, you know, everybody goes through phases. Like, you go through a period of time where you just like find all the things that you really like, and then you kind of ease back and you're like, you know what? I've purchased quite a few things. I want to enjoy them now. There isn't anything else in my radar that I want to explore or want to add to my collection right now. But that doesn't mean that I won't. Like, if something does come up and I do see that it fits my lifestyle, then of course, like, I would. But I have no motive, like, I have no motivation to really add anything. It seemed as though people were purchasing a lot over the last couple of years, and, you know, people were saying, well, they're not traveling, they're not doing anything, they're at home, this is their only entertainment, and blah blah blah. And yes, people had more liquid cash to use, but it was also because interest rates were also low too, and people were borrowing money and refinancing their assets, and had some money to use for renovations and all that. And now cost of borrowing is really high, so people are a little bit more stingy with their money, as well as other things going up. So they're just like a little bit careful, and I think that's wise. But now more than ever, I really think reviews and discussion on luxury is going to be really important, because if anyone is going to buy something, now more than ever, they're going to want to really research what they're buying and get as much information as possible, get as many views and opinions as possible, and understand wear and tear, understand if something's worth it or not. And I think moving forward, like reviews are going to be really, really important, and that's kind of where I want to go with this channel too. That's kind of why I started anyway. I wanted to really post reviews and just happened to have a lot of unboxings. So in short, I'm not planning to leave, even though, I mean, I do earn some money with each video. It's definitely not enough to purchase luxury items, but I do earn some. But you know, it's not the reason why I started YouTube, right? Like, yes, there's the potential to earn a considerable income from it, yes, but that's not the reason why I started. The reason more was to share my views on luxury, my passion for certain luxury items, and really weigh in and give my thoughts on certain pieces in real time, put a face to words, and connect with other people. And this platform, I mean, you know, when you're an adult, it's really hard to make friends. So I've definitely met some great people on here, and even locally, and I'm really thankful for that, because I wouldn't have made those friends otherwise. Like, you're so busy with work in your own life. So you know, and connecting with other YouTubers as well. This is kind of the reason why I did it. Had it been all about money, then I probably would have been a little bit more aggressive with posting. I probably would have hired like an editing company or a PR company or something like that. I haven't done that. That's not to say that I can't do that in the future. Maybe I will, I don't know. But you know, it is definitely something that it's a platform that I really love, and I think a lot of us who are in the similar age category, similar generation, will still love, and the youngins will catch on, you know. But I really hope that YouTube's not finished. I don't think it will be. I really don't think so. Don't just follow larger YouTubers that, you know, are now dismissing the whole platform, because it's a numbers game, it's a money game. It's not because they're put off by luxury or anything like that. It's because it's not earning them the same amount of money as would on short form content. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys are put off by long form content. Are you guys put off by luxury YouTube? Is there something that you'd like to see more of? I'd love discussion videos like this. I love doing reviews. Of course, I can post unboxings. I like doing styling videos. Travel vlogs I started to incorporate as well, because when I started my channel, we couldn't go anywhere. We couldn't travel. So I wish I started YouTube earlier, years ago, when we did do some amazing trips. I would have loved to vlog that and share that with you guys, but you know, it's not too late. I am doing that now. And you know, yes, you can definitely branch out and incorporate different types of content. So for sure, you can also do that. But I think the theme of this channel will still remain luxury for now. That's how I see it. I don't know what else I would show. Maybe I could weigh on like health stuff. Like, I can definitely do that as well, but largely it would be luxury YouTube. That is the type of audience that I do attract to this channel. So I would prefer to continue to cater to those people and not just completely do like a 360 or a 180 rather on this content. Okay, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in my next video, hopefully. Bye.